All right, we're going to start by working with our girl here on our screen in order to edit out some of her blemishes, to brighten some of her eye, to give her hair some more depth, and just give her an overall better appearance. So we're going to start over here under this kind of set of menus, which I consider these kind of your photo editing tools that you can use. You have the spot healing brush tool and some other things, and we're going to start with this one. It's J on your keyboard and Shift J if you want to work between them, which is always a really nice way to speed up the process. So the spot healing brush tool, basically what's really great about this tool is it allows you to take something that's maybe a blemish in your image, a mistake, and this could be for what we're about to use, which is blemishes on her skin, but it can also be for like birds in your sky, or if you have like a piece of lint on your shirt or anything like that, it can be applied to it. And what the tool does, because Photoshop is really great and it does a lot of the work for you, it can recognize that there's a color difference in this area and it will use the color surrounding it to make it go away. So it's really, really simple. We can change the brush size up here if you'd like in order to make it smaller or bigger. You can also change the hardness or the softness. I like to turn my softness down to about 40% just so I don't get any really firm edges when I'm working on this. The other way you can adjust your size of your tool is on the brackets, which are next to the P. You have down bracket, which makes it a little smaller, and up bracket that makes it a little bigger, which is really great when you're doing a lot of different sizes and you don't have to stop every few seconds. You want to place your tool about the size it is with a little bit of extra space to give the computer, to give Photoshop the extra colors to pull from. And really all we're going to do is just do a simple click. And again, I might scale my tool down just a little. I might scale it up depending on what it is I'm trying to do. And I'm just going to kind of hit all of these different areas on her skin. We're going to start to see a little bit of spotting, which we're going to come back in and fix in just a second. But right now my goal is to kind of get rid of some of this, just this general redness, so that I don't have as many marks, and we just kind of clean up her skin. And I'm going to shift forward a little bit and drag the hand tool, which is really great for moving around your image. If you don't want to have to move these up and down, I really like the hand tool, and that's H on your keyboard. I'm going to go back by hitting again J to go back to my spot healing brush tool. And now, in order to kind of clean up where I've got some of these spots where it's just a little fixed, you can kind of see where I've been kind of manipulating some of it. I'm going to come and I'm going to do Shift J, which downgrades me to this healing brush tool, which is a similar concept, but this time I'm going to tell the computer by using the Option or the Alt key on your keyboard, I'm going to target an area that I like, that I want the computer to use to fix. And you can see it targets it with that plus sign, and it shows, and again, it just kind of softens the look, and it kind of slowly starts to fix and even out this skin tone so that I have a nice clean look. And you can use this for senior portraits, you can use this for your wedding, you can use this for all sorts of things. You can even use it just for those wonderful Facebook profiles. So now, if I zoom back out, which is Command minus on my keyboard, I'm going to get a nice even skin tone where before it was a little splotchy from where I had repaired it. And I missed a little bit right here, so I'm just going to fix some of that. And sometimes it's a little bit of a trial and error with this. You kind of get comfortable using it. The more you use it, you find that you get much better at it. You do have to watch. If you get on this area, what it's going to do is it's going to select it and it's just going to overrun your mouth. So you want to kind of watch your edges and not getting too close to the edges. The other thing I want to do is I want to kind of brighten up a few things. So I'm going to use what's called the Dodge tool, which is down here. It's the O on your keyboard. Dodge and burn kind of to me go hand in hand. The Dodge tool brightens and the burn tool darkens, so it burns it. But we're going to start with the Dodge tool, and I'm just going to literally just lightly hit around different areas that I think need to be kind of brightened up. I'm going to hit in her eyes and just kind of brighten up the eyes a little bit, under the eyes. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and zoom in, and I'm going to get just in the whites of her eyes because that tends to get a little dark when you take a picture. And the other thing I like to do is I like to broaden up my brush and add kind of some brightness to her hair, just so it's not quite so dark. It gives it a little bit more depth in the image and it kind of makes it come to life. I'm going to do the opposite tool. I'm going to come in here and get my burn tool and kind of do the opposite and darken up portions of her hair in here to give my hair some texture and some depth. I might come up here and kind of darken up her eyebrows, maybe darken up her lips a little bit if I want a little bit more of a rosy lip. If you like to contour, you can kind of add some shadowing under the chin or into the jawbone, whatever you kind of think works. Again, you kind of have to experiment. You can reduce your exposure up here if you want a little more subtle look, which sometimes I will do if I want to really just a subtle highlight and I don't want to go overboard, because less with photo editing is always more. So that is how I edit using the spot healing brush tool, the brush tool, dodge tool, and the burn tool. Thanks.